Hello everybody, Terry back again with another video. Today's video, guys, is going to be about talking Rafael Nadal's match yesterday against Richard Qasquet. Exactly like we all predicted, Richard Qasquet didn't stand a chance besides in the second set where he made things little excited, not too much, when he broke Rafa's serve for the first time, when Rafa was serving for the second set in that 5-3 game. Rafa did his worst game in the entire match. His only bad game that Rafa did was in that 5-3 game when Rafa was serving for the second set. Besides that, Rafa was in really cruise control, was never in trouble, was really hammering the ball, was dictating the points, was kissing that baseline. And look, guys, you cannot beat Rafael Nadal standing 3-4 meters behind from the baseline. Richard Qasquet. Have you not learned your lesson for God's sake? 16 love in the head-to-head. Now 17 love in the head-to-head. Have you not learned your lesson? You cannot take Rafael Nadal down by defending, by playing 2-3 meters behind the baseline, which Richard Qasquet tried to do, especially the first set. He thought that Rafa will miss. Rafa will not miss. Rafa is not a player who defeats himself. Guys, you know what I have said so many times when it comes to Rafael Nadal, especially on clay. You need to beat him. He will not beat himself. Nobody beats himself as last times as Rafael Nadal. I've never seen Rafa beat himself. I've seen Djokovic sometimes beating himself. I've seen Federer a lot of times beating himself with a lot of unforced errors, with choke fests. But not Nadal. He will make sure you need to do one of your best matches of your life to take him down, especially at French Open over 5 sets. And of course, Richard Qasquet did not one of his best matches of his life. He did a good second set, I must say. He tried the second set. He tried to go closer to the baseline. He tried to take the ball earlier in the second set, and it paid off. He took Rafael Nadal off the guard. He tried to hit some more flatter shots. Look, guys, to have a chance against Rafael Nadal on clay, because he's the greatest clay court player of all time, obviously. No discussion there. By far the greatest clay court player of all time. You need to play tennis out of your comfort zone. You cannot try to trade and get from the baseline against Nadal. You cannot. The only player who can challenge Rafael Nadal from the baseline, the only player, is Novak Djokovic. All the others, they need to play tennis they need to come out of the comfort zone. And Richard Qasquet didn't try to do that in the first set. He stayed far down from baseline. He waited for Rafael Nadal to make unforced errors. And now Rafael Nadal, of course, Rafael Nadal doesn't do unforced errors. Yeah, he does unforced errors sometimes here and there, but not much. How many times do you see Rafael Nadal doing more errors than winners? How many times? Just tell me. What makes a successful tennis player? A successful tennis player is when he does more winners than unforced errors. A successful tennis player isn't when he does more unforced errors than winners. That is not what a successful tennis player means. Rafael Nadal, 99 times, 99% of his matches, all surfaces, I should say, and not only on clay, but especially on clay, and particularly on clay, of course, he does always more winners than unforced errors. He doesn't do many winners, but he does more winners than unforced errors. In this match, I think he fired 36 winners and 23 unforced errors. So he does 13 more winners than unforced errors. So Rafael Nadal is not a player who takes big cuts on the ball. He's not a player who pulls the trigger every single shot. He's a player he's not a player who will kill you immediately on the returns. He's a player he will stand far behind the baseline on the return games. He just wants to take the ball into the court. He wants to take the ball into the court, and as fast as he has taken the ball into the court, he processively goes closer to the baseline, and he waits for his opportunity to take the ball with his forehand, with his murderous forehand. Man, that forehand was firing yesterday, and So, and he's not a player. He's a good decision maker. He's a good tactical, and he kills his opponents one single-handed backhands. Rafa Nadal's game plan is to attack his opponent's backhand, no matter if it is one single-hander or double-hander. He doesn't care. He knows that 90% of the ATP Tour have weak backhands, and on clay the ball bounces high, and he tries to take the ball on his opponent's backhand. And if you have a one single-hander, it makes your life even more a nightmare. Just ask Federer, just ask Richard Gasquet, and to some extent ask Dominic Thiem. At least in French Open, where Dominic Thiem has faced Rafa Nadal in French Open, I believe 4 times, he has taken 1 set and lost 12 sets. Well, all in all, good level Nadal, not a superior level, good level. He's doing his work. But Rafa, he has more gears in his tools. He has a higher gear. If he needs it, he takes it out. But at current moment, he doesn't need it. Yesterday, it was a good level Nadal we saw. Maybe even a great level Nadal. Richard Gasquet, his backhand is beautiful to watch, but it is not tremendously hard. It is sometimes really short, and in the end of the day, Rafa Nadal, he breaks down that shot. Richard Gasquet did some great points with his backhand time to times, but in the end of the day, he leaks too many errors. That's what Nadal always does. He makes his opponent to do a lot of errors because they will overcook the shots. Their shot tolerance, as long as the match progresses, will get lower. They have good shot tolerance at the beginning of the matches, always Rafa Nadal's opponents. But when they see that this is a beast I'm facing, this is a walking, running wall I'm facing, their shot tolerance will get lower and lower and lower as longer the match progresses. So in the end of when it's all said and done, Richard Gasquet, he did 37 unforced errors and 20 winners. So Richard Gasquet does 17 more unforced errors than winners. And that is the thing with, you don't do so many winners against Nadal as well. Especially, I've noticed one thing. To have a chance against Nadal, you need to have, look, you have a nightmare of a challenge facing Nadal on clay in 5 sets. No matter which time you face him, daytime, nighttime, midnight time, I don't care. But hardest I have noticed is facing him night session, because it is heavy conditions and it is harder making winners. And some of you can say, but Nadal also have harder making winners. No, Nadal have harder making winners in night session matches. But Nadal has that a monstrous forehand of his that he will still do a lot of winners. Not a lot, but at least over 20, 25 winners. Sometimes over 30. He did 28 winners against Alexis Popyrin. He did 33 winners against Richard Gasquet. So he does more winners against Richard Gasquet on a night session match than he did against Alexis Popyrin. 36 winners against Richard Qasquet, 28 winners against Alexis Popyrin. So to have a chance against Nadal, at least a little bigger chance, it is better facing him on day session, in my opinion, because you then will have more chances doing winners. You will have chances hitting through him a little easier. You will be rewarded with your forehand, with your backhand, with your serve, a little more on day session. But Richard Qasquet doesn't have the tools, man. First of all, to have a chance against Nadal on clay, what do you need to have? You need to have a big serve. Richard Qasquet doesn't have. You need to have firepower. Richard Qasquet doesn't have. You need to be dictating the points. You need to be closer to the baseline. Richard Qasquet doesn't have. You need to be a good defender. Richard Qasquet doesn't have. You need to play good points. You need to be good on a big occasion, on big points. Richard Qasquet doesn't have. He had 4 break match opportunities. He converted in 1 of them. And you need to have the belief. You need to have the belief. If you don't have the belief, that's why Roger Federer doesn't stand a chance against Nadal. He doesn't believe he can beat Nadal. Djokovic, on the other hand, he believes it. Not maybe much, but he believes it. He doesn't think he's without any chance. Federer, he doesn't have a chance. And of course, maybe the biggest, most important thing, you need to have a great backhand. Richard Qasquet doesn't have a great backhand, man. He has a weak He has a good backhand, but not as good as Djokovic. He doesn't have. So there you have it, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and see you next time. Peace.